Alright y'all, I want to do a very quick video today about riding in the cold. It's very cold today, just about 39 degrees. I've been riding pretty regularly through weather like this for the past few days. It's been pretty cold. Been mostly riding the road glide, but now I'm on the street bobs. So first thing is to dress properly. I am wearing long johns. I am wearing thermal socks. I'm wearing boots, of course. I'm wearing insulated gauntlet gloves with hand warmers in them. And I actually put the hand warmers in the gloves about 10 minutes before I leave, so that the whole inside is warm, because of course the hand warmers are mostly going to be heating up your hand rather than your fingers, but the fingers are already pretty warm because of me leaving the hand warmers in there. I am wearing an undershirt. I am wearing a long sleeve, like a long john type shirt on top of that, and then I'm wearing a pretty thick flannel on top of that, and then I'm wearing a jacket with lining on that too, because once I get on the country roads back here, which are where I'm heading today, I'll be going, between 70 and 75. It gets very cold. It's actually pretty cold right now. I already start to feel the cold in my legs right here. So in terms of keeping your body warm, you want to make sure that your body is warm and that you feel good. Oh, one more thing I'm wearing is my neck gaiter. I'm wearing a neck gaiter to kind of protect my neck in that area between my helmet and my neck. But yeah, you want to make sure your body feels good and that you are not in any way like going to be distracted because you don't feel good, you're too cold, something like that, or that your joints kind of freeze up and you're not able to do the movements you need to do. So you want to make sure that your body is good. So in terms of the bike, tire pressure, check your tire pressure before you leave. Definitely don't overinflate, but you also don't want to underinflate. So make sure your tire pressure is good. Warm the bike up. Don't just cold start it and take right off. Warm the bike up. Idle it for a minute or two. I idle actually for about 5 minutes today, just to be safe. And warm your tires up. Maybe up and down a few times in your driveway, back and forth a little bit through your cul-de-sac wherever you live, before you pull onto a road like this and you're going 40-50 miles an hour. Warm your tires up so that you're not like riding on rocks. And that's even more important depending on the kind of tires you have. If you have a really sporty tires, you definitely don't want to be taking off right away. Those things can really block up. It just turn into these big rocks that have no traction, so you want to warm your tires up. And another thing is, which is a little bit weird, is to pay attention even more. I think when the weather is warm and the weather's really nice, people expect to see bikers on the road. When it's in the 30s like it is now, people don't expect to see you out there. They don't expect to see someone on a motorcycle on the road right now. And we've all heard about it before, but inattentional blindness, it's not that they're intentionally not trying to see you, but it's unintentional that they don't see you. So if they don't see you, be aware that they might not be expecting to see you. That's why they haven't seen you. So I pay attention even more when it's cold out here, because there's a good chance that they're not paying attention or expecting a biker on the road when it's this cold. So pay attention even more. And another thing is too, if you're going to ride in the cold, if you're going to ride in something like this, make sure it's enjoyable. Don't just do it because everyone's like, oh man, you're not riding anymore because it's cold. No, if you are not enjoying it, if you're having to be like, oh, you're scared the whole time, I'm uncomfortable the whole time, this is not what I want to do, just don't do it. I've come to the point where I like to do this, so I do it. For those people who are still riding under freezing conditions, like if it gets like in the to 30 degrees or below, I'm not riding anymore. I'm not riding unless it's above 32 degrees. And I don't care what else anyone says. Oh, you know, I've ridden in -5 before. I've heard that before, actually. I'm like, that's great for you. That would not be enjoyable to me. I'm not doing it. I would not ride in -5. So if you're going to ride, make sure you do it because you want to do it. Because you'll enjoy doing it. That you want to be on the road on your motorcycle. Because if you don't, it'll just be less safe. If you don't want to be on the road, it'll just be less safe. I want to be out here right now. I want to enjoy this. Honestly, I hate being warm. So being cold and kind of feeling this really cold breeze come through, I like it. I like it. I admit, I wish my long johns were a little bit thicker, but I am still enjoying this. It's great. It's enjoyable to me. There has been times where I didn't prepare for it. When I was on the way home from Lynchburg last time, on the way down to Lynchburg, it was in the 70s the whole time. On my way back, it got to the 50s, and I was dressed like it was summertime. When I was on the way back, I had my very thin gloves. I didn't have thermal socks or long johns or my jacket liner in. I had a t-shirt. My fingers were completely numb, and this is in 50 degrees. And at that point, I was like, man, maybe I just don't like riding in the cold. But that wasn't the case. It's not that I don't like riding in the cold. I wasn't prepared to ride in the cold that time. So you want to make sure that you were prepared to ride in the cold if this is something that you want to do. And just stay safe. My biggest thing in all my videos, myself as a new rider this year, I always want to keep safety in mind. You know, like, I have a family at home. I don't want to risk anything. You know, my wife was very hesitant to even let me get into riding. And, but I put her mind at ease because I always think about safety. I don't care how I look. I don't care about any of that. It's all about safety when you're riding. That is more important. I don't care if a car behind me gets mad because I keep the proper distance between me and cars in front of me. That's what I do. In the cold, even more so. I don't know if my tires are just slightly different than they are in the summer, which for the most part they are. You know, driving on cars, I had a Mustang that I just sold that you saw in some of my videos that that has very, you know, sporty tires on there, Michelin's summer tires. Those things turn into ice blocks during the winter. And if my tires react anything like that, I'm not going to risk having to follow too close and run into that issue of losing traction or not being able to control the bike the way I want to. Don't come into a corner like this if you're not comfortable. If you're not comfortable at this speed, slow down some. You know, like, if I wasn't comfortable, I would slow down. The reason I'm not going any faster is because that's about as fast as I want to take that exit with that corner over there. Okay, so another thing is just enjoy yourself while you're out here. But that doesn't mean don't be hyper aware. I've mentioned it in one of my first videos, which is very poorly edited and done, is just be aware of everything constantly around you. I make sure there's a constant awareness. And I think if your body is cold, if you're stressed out because it's cold, if you're stressed that it's not ideal riding conditions, you might not be able to be as aware as you would be. So if you're not, just don't ride. There's no reason. You know, there's great ways to store your bike and make your bike ready for the winter, and then you can pull it out next spring again. If that's what you want to do. You know, it's not even winter yet. It's already in the 30s over here. So hopefully it doesn't get much colder, but if it does, I won't be riding anymore. Anytime it gets above freezing, though, I'll be taking the bikes out because I want to make sure that I don't want my bikes to kind of like go bad in storage. I keep them in the garage anyway, like y'all see, so it's not as bad. But what I'm going to do is whenever it's above freezing, I'm going to try to ride it at least maybe once a week if I can, whenever it gets above freezing. And every time I fill up gas, I'm going to go ahead and put an ounce of fuel stabilizer in there. It's not exactly what's prescribed, but just in case, when I fill up, if I happen to have a long cold streak, at least I have the fuel stabilizer in my bike. if the winter starts getting really harsh, I'm gonna hook up the bike to a battery tender. I might just hook it up anyway whenever I'm not riding. But for the most part, just, you know, take care of your bike, take care of yourself, and ride it and enjoy. And actually, look how beautiful today is. So that's another reason I want to take the bike. I don't care how cold it is. Look how beautiful today is on this cold November morning. It's a beautiful day. And like I do in a lot of my videos, there's a very beautiful scene coming up right here. I kind of wish there wasn't so many cars in front of me, but I'm gonna kind of just let y'all take in the scenery. Alrighty, y'all. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that all of y'all are riding safe out there. I hope that you guys are enjoying your bikes and you're always doing things to be safe, okay? Again, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, please like the video, leave me a comment, and subscribe. I really am glad to see the number of viewers that has increased. Alright, thanks guys, and have a blessed day, y'all. Thank you.